What are some questions that the white community should be asking? To the black community, can you think of some things that we should be asking? What are the questions that we should be asking you about how to bring healing, how to bring people together?
Continuing with what Pastor Daniel said, it's love. Love for the people who are looting, love for people who have murdered, and for police officers who are still corrupt and so forth. But the thing is to love and not to come against them. Whatever brings unity, Martin Luther King, if we could do things in healthy ways in order to bring justice, in order to bring things to righteousness, then yes. But if we're doing it and it's getting more into chaos and going to evil and not having disrespect for people, not just police officers, but everybody. And especially after COVID and with the economy, it would seem like people want to protect the jobs in the stores and the this and the that. And they're not, it's just me. And it needs to be about, so the ones who know the Lord, we need to show the love of God, however we could do that, whether it's one-on-one or to the community. I don't know the answer of how to do that, but I believe it starts with love, to do what Jesus would do if he was here.
Absolutely. The gospel is the thing that really changes people. It's the gospel, as you said, brings power to love people. Even as a Christian, we're commanded to love our enemies, And so you really can't be a real Christian and have that animosity toward people. It's the gospel that changes lives. Anything else you can think of that we should be, the questions that we should be asking?
Yeah, we as Christians, we pretty much base our lives on the Bible. So in doing so, we are the new church of Israel. We are the new tribe, and so all of us have our own jobs to do within the tribe. It takes a concerted effort to be able to change things, and I just see it as an opportunity for us to rise to an occasion. We failed in the past with the Colin Kaepernick, when he tried to do it peacefully, and all the peaceful protests that have been ridiculed and scrutinized. Well, it seems like now, since the voice couldn't be heard, now, they called the action. Mm-hmm. And so let's bring it to the table. Let's try and come up with some reforms, that can be a solution to this problem that's been happening in America for far too long.
It's difficult, because it's pretty much like two different worlds, and it's really difficult to kind of empathize with situations that you have never experienced. Mm-hmm. A lot of the people, they're looting and doing what they're doing because they're angry and frustrated because this type of experiences have happened multiple times in the past, and I just think people are just kind of getting tired of it. They don't want to continue to be murdered and killed. And they want to have justice done the right way. But I think the questions would just be trying to empathize. Trying to empathize with the people that have been going through this. Try to mentally, because physically you obviously can't do it, but just try to mentally empathize and understand where a lot of these people are coming from. The looting, definitely not necessary, because it's not going to accomplish anything. It's more than obvious that our country's in a scenario right now that is it's already bad, mm-hmm. and looting and destroying more things, it's not gonna fix anything. If there was something they should be doing, they should come up with a GoFundMe account to support his family, because mm-hmm. he has a family that was left behind, and they're gonna need support. So if anybody wants to do anything, they should support his family versus destroying the city. If all the stores are destroyed, it's just going to make the economy not be able to get back onto its feet, and then just further chaos.
Yeah, really, the only way to truly empathize with people is to get near people who are different than us. And there's such a wall, such a barrier between people who are different. And I heard one congressman challenging the white families of America, asking them, when was the last time you had a black family over for dinner? Not in a group social setting, but sitting down at your dining room table, talking to them, asking them about their experiences in life, asking them about their children, what they're dealing with. And I think to really begin to empathize and feel the pain, and understand the history, you know, I would just challenge all of our listeners, you know, over the course of the next month, figure out who that is in your community and invite them into your world. Have discussions, because that's the beginning of really empathizing. You know, you mentioned a moment ago, Colin Kaepernick kneeling, you know, peacefully. And I'll be honest, when all this happened, I was conflicted because, you know, America and all you hear from one side about the flag and all that. And to now come and hear someone like you, who I really respect, who I know, and how you feel about it, that creates pause in me. Like, I'm only hearing one side of the story, and I'm not hearing how people who are really being affected by these injustices are having to experience this in life. And so just that little moment right there created something in me, like I don't need to be so quick to judge in the future, and I need to really try to understand. So you want to say something, Sky?
You know, I think one thing that people can do is just start listening. Black Americans have felt unseen and unheard for a long time. And I think that's partly why we're seeing what we're seeing today. So just like you mentioned, starting conversations and having both sides listen, then maybe one side can gain more of an understanding of what the other side has experienced. Because again, for far too long, the Black community has felt unseen and unheard.